Aloha and welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today we have a special show as we get closer to Christmas. And what better time than to have a guest all the way from a really cold place. But first, let me introduce my co-host today. We have once again Kuleana and we have Ali. How's it going, girls? And
Good.
once again, as I said, we have as we get closer to Christmas, we have a guest from a really cold place, and that's Mr. Seraphine or Kumu Seraphine, who was with us a few years ago. How you doing, Kumu Seraphine?
I'm doing great. It's nice to see everybody and talk to people from Kamehameha again.
Good, good. Oh, like always, let's check in on everybody. Girls, how's it going? What's going on?
Everything's good. I'm really excited because next week's our last week of school, and I just need this year to be over already. Like I'm over 2020. Because I feel like people thought 2019 was like, oh, it was okay. And then everyone thought, oh, 2020 is going to be so good. And then bam, coronavirus.
No, I totally agree with you. How about you, Ali? What's going on with you?
Same as usual, just 2 classes a day, Monday through Friday. Yep. And it's just a little bit more stressful this week and maybe next week because the quarter's almost done and trying to complete all of our work and revise, I guess, and but I think it'll be better next week because we have in-person school, so we're going to school,
Right.
and it's more cold, so
Yes,
I love it.
and as we get closer to the holidays, you get that holiday feeling, and for me, it's not till school is over that you kind of get that holiday feeling because you're still in school and it's every day. But once next week Friday comes, it's like, yay, right? It's over. All right, Kumu Seraphine, Mr. Seraphine, what's going on with you in Minnesota?
A little similar. So you just heard, I used to be the librarian at KS, and now I am the librarian at a small private college in Minneapolis. So next week is our finals week for our semester. So everybody is really stressed out and they just want to finish their final projects and their final tests and get a little break because we're all ready for the holidays. And like you were saying, Kuleana, we're all sick of 2020, we're sick of COVID, and so we're ready to come back in spring semester and hope things are better.
So, Mr. Seraphine, what's the weather like there now? In what is it here? Like in the lower 70s here today? What's it like there?
That sounds nice. Actually, we are having a very warm December and it's 34 degrees out, I just checked. So it's usually about 10 or 15 degrees at this time. And sometimes it can even be negative degrees, which I don't think you ever have in Hawaii. But sometimes this time of year before Christmas, it can be negative 10, negative 15 degrees with wind and snow. But unfortunately, there's no snow yet. So it's kind of strange for me because it doesn't feel like the holiday season yet until we get a little bit of snow.
When does snow usually get to Minnesota on average?
Usually around November, Thanksgiving time. And we have had some snow, but it just melted already. So Thanksgiving was actually really cold. Thanksgiving, it was only 10 degrees here that week. And we did have 2 or 3 inches of snow. But then for some reason it warmed up and now there's just a few dirty piles. So you couldn't make a snowman or you couldn't go skiing or snowboarding or anything like that right now. So that's what I'm waiting for. When that stuff comes back, it'll feel like the holidays. One of the differences we'll talk about, but we do daylight savings time. So it's 4:30 and it's already nighttime. It probably looks like 10 p.m. outside for you. And so that's strange too. So from October until March, it gets dark really early. So when I come to work, it's dark, and when I leave work, it's dark, and that's a big difference.
Wow, unbelievable. Anyway, so we'll maybe towards the end of the show, you give us a little view of what it looks like out there. Yeah. Okay. So So anyway, so today's topic is Kuleana, and pre-show we kind of talked about it a little bit. Kuleana has a lot of meaning, and you could probably talk for days, or teach a whole class for a year on what Kuleana is. But so today I wanted to focus on Kuleana that the students have as students at school and their kuleana at home. So let's ask Kuleana first. What is you feel like your kuleana as a student? What do you think? What do you think that is?
As a student, I think it's to obviously pay attention in class and do the things that you need to so that you can make your parents proud. And then you, like, I guess you can say you boost the teacher up too, because you make them feel like they did something right and they got you somewhere. So that's what I think for school-wise, yeah.
You think as a student, if like some other students are not paying attention, you think your kuleana might be to kind of redirect them or kind of help that out that way?
Yeah, help classmates too. That's a good one, like bringing and lifting people up when they're going in the wrong direction.
Cool, that's really positive. How about you, Ali? How about your idea of kuleana for students?
I think our kuleana for being a student, like just staying on task, right? Completing all your work, making your teacher proud, and just, how do I put this? Like being a good role model too to like anybody, and making sure that you're doing the right things in school and like doing whatever is right, you know, being pono, you know? Yeah, just
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Just doing the right thing, right?
Yeah.
It's good on just doing the right thing. Mr. Seraphine, what do you think about you know, the kuleana? Because you remember what kuleana was, and you were working for a few years. How about your responsibility or your kuleana as a teacher at you know, at that level at a small college?
Well, for us, right now, obviously with COVID, our number one part of kuleana, our responsibility is just to make sure that students are safe because of everything going on. So earlier, before we started recording, we are talking about how much we miss having students at our college, but the most important part of our responsibility is to make sure everybody is safe when they're learning. So when we do come in like today, we have to make sure that, you know, there's cleaning supplies out, that everything is spaced out. But other than that, my responsibility as the librarian is to make sure that I can help students and professors have the materials they need to complete their studies and accomplish their educational goals.
Cool, well said. And I think for myself too, I can say as a teacher, you know, I want to make sure as a Kumu, I want to make sure that the students all understand what I'm doing. I give them help, you know, be able to answer their questions, you know, help them with whatever they need. Okay, how about this though? Kuleana at home. Kuleana, how about you? What is your kuleana at home? You probably have a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot when you practically live on a farm. You got to take care of all the animals, and then you got to make sure you do house things too, because like you can't always be outside. I know some people want to always be outside, but you can't always be outside. So like for me, it's like chickens, the cows, like picking up all the leaves outside because we got a bunch of trees. And then sometimes I even have to vacuum the house, do trash and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty
Do you folks
stuff.
have horses? You have to take care of the horses?
We don't have horses, but sometimes, not usually, we watch our neighbors' horses.
Okay. So like a farm, you know, is it a really big farm?
4 acres.
Oh,
I
that's
think
big.
that's our entire property.
Yeah, that's a good size. So you're always busy, must be. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Ali, how about you? Your kuleana at home. What can you say about it?
My kuleana at home. Well, I live in 2 households, so
Okay.
I just have to contribute with both of my parents, like switching houses every week.
Mhm.
And I could say at my mom's house, I help her by like watching my baby siblings whenever she has to do something, or just doing any chores she like tells me to do, and um, making sure I'm doing good in school to make her proud and my dad. And at my dad's house, it's kind of like the same thing, but I don't have any siblings there, so it's kind of lucky for me. But you know, I still have chores to do and just make sure I'm not being more work than it already is now, knowing that they're both teachers and like they're stressed out too during this time.
Mhm. Well, the nice thing is that semester is almost over, and we're gonna get the holiday feeling, right? Mr. Seraphine, how about your Kuleana at home? Um,
Well, there's good kuleana and bad. So I love to cook. So that's one of the main things that I'm responsible for at home. So I love doing that. That's great. It's the cleaning up. That's always not so much fun. It's making it, it's eating it, it's fun. That's what I'm going to do when I leave here. We've got to do dinner. But again, a little bit of a difference is that where I'm from, depending on the season, your kuleana is going to change a lot. So right now, because of the snow at home, we always have to check the weather because you have to shovel the snow for your driveway and brush it off your car. And it's just something you don't think about because every day, if you have bad snow, it adds, an hour before work and sometimes an hour after school or work if it keeps snowing throughout the day. So yeah, so that's one thing in Minnesota that I didn't have to do for a few years. No shoveling snow. That was nice.
I'm glad that I don't have to shovel snow over here because I would probably have to be doing it every day, guarantee. But anyway, one of the things I was thinking about as I was getting you back on, trying to get you back to Maui in kind of a way, right? Even if it's virtually. Um, I always wondered, like, what did you used to? And then once again, we're gonna shift gears, and let's talk about Kuleana. Although it's really important, it's we could talk for days on this, but let's kind of shift to a different subject. When you left Maui, and we kept in touch, and I was kind of wondering, like, what did you think of Maui? Before you got to Maui, and we'll talk a little bit later about what your idea of Maui was, when you left and you're back on the mainland, and you're thinking about it. So before you got to Maui, like, what did you think Maui was like? What was your idea of Maui?
That's a great question. So I didn't have a connection. I don't have any family or friends who were born on Maui or who moved there or anything like that. For me, I just knew, kind of like we were talking earlier, I did just know it as this vacation or paradise spot that people all over the world talk about, that, oh, you have to go visit it. There's nowhere more beautiful, all of these kind of things. And I knew people who had been there for vacation, and I'd only heard positive things, but those are people who only would come for 1 week or 2 weeks. And then just when I had the opportunity to go there for a job, I didn't know much about it, but everything I knew and everything people told me, they're like, oh, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You can't turn down a chance, that it's such a special, good place. You should go and at least check it out for a little bit. So that's what I did. But I just knew it as beautiful place, sunny weather, all of those kinds of things.
Okay. Like, what was your most favorite memory about being in how long were you in Maui?
A little over 2 years.
Okay, a little over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was your most favorite memory of Maui?
Ooh, it's hard to pick, but a lot of them were through KS and the opportunities that I got working there, just because I got to see so much of the island on different trips and things like that. So some of the things, like I got to do, 1 year I got to go to the singing competition, which was great, the yearly song competition. I remember I got to do a 4th of July up near Kula, and I could see all of the fireworks from on top of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great to see. Hold on, I wrote down a few things so I remember here. Oh, one thing I got to do was when we did over Thanksgiving, me and some of my friends, we did the students at KS, we brought our turkey and they did, you know, they prepared the turkey for us in the more traditional way.
Imu.
Yeah, imu, that was the word I was trying to think of. So that was just something, you know, I never thought I would get to do that. And of course, you know, I should have mentioned one of the things, you know, when I think about Hawaii was everybody knows kalua pork and things like that, but I didn't know you could do a turkey that way. So that was fun. We mentioned I'm from a cold place. So the idea of living close to the beach, some of my best memories were just getting to go. I never thought I would live where I could drive 20 minutes and go be by the beach and, you know, doing a bonfire by the beach. Oh, I should say the students always laughed at me. I got so excited by the sea turtles. We went on a field trip where we were doing snorkeling and I was so excited. I was like, there's turtles. And the students were like, yeah, we see turtles all the time. But that's still, I tell people, whenever I go snorkeling to see the turtles, because from where I'm from, we just don't see it. Yeah, we have turtles, but they're not that big and they just live in swamps, so you can't really see them or anything. So yeah, there's so many good memories, but those are a few of them.
Oh, so I was mentioning that, you know, that because you worked at Kamehameha, you got to the experience that other people don't get when they come to Maui or they come to Hawaii, right? They see more of the touristy stuff, but because you were a teacher, you know, and you worked at the school, you actually got a different view of it. You think that's, how true is that statement?
Yes, that is very true. And a lot of that, like I said, I was there for 2 years and it wasn't until I was there for like, you know, 6 months, a year that I really began to understand like how special and different my experience was. So I did get to make friends with some people who grew up on Hawaii, you know, through KS and other places. But then I did get to meet friends who were only there for a few years, or they married someone from Maui. So they were like me, they grew up on the mainland, but their spouse was from Hawaii. And just some of the things, I met people who had been there for, you know, several years, and I would tell them something about Maui and they're like, how do you know that? And I was like, oh, I don't know. We just, you know, we just do that. You know, things about like the history, which I was able to learn from working at the school, but I was friends with some of the public school teachers and I didn't realize at first that they're, you know, a public school teacher who was not from Maui, they're from the mainland like me. And they're like, is it true you go do the song? I was like, yeah, I thought everybody did Oli before we came in, you know, the first 2 or 3 months. Yeah. I thought Oli was just part of it. Again, the turkey imu I brought for that Thanksgiving, it was mostly people who didn't grow up on Maui unless their husband or wife was born there. And so most people, same like me, they thought that was so cool that I was able to bring the turkey in. They didn't believe me. I said, I can handle the turkey. And I went and we brought the turkey in and did all of that. So they got a big kick out of it. But no, I feel like I got such a better understanding. I was able to take a Hawaiian language class while I was there. So that was one of the things that I met people who had been in Hawaii for several years and like, I could pronounce or say some of the things and my Hawaiian is really bad, but you know, I was like, how you've been here for 5 years, you know? So yeah, it was a really unique experience that I got.
Cool. We won't ask you to Oli now because you know that you know it's been a while, so we won't ask you to. But anyway, while on Maui, you know, and in Hawaii, what was your favorite food? Well, you know that you. Oh, you're muted.
So I mentioned kulua pork is kind of, you know, a little bit famous all over. So I had it, but it is so much better there. So that was great. But some things I'd never had laulau before. I had never had malasada or the manapua. But the one thing I miss now is salmon. Like I haven't been able to find that. Like I just haven't been able to. And I know that's, you know, that was kind of an imported food, but that's one I haven't been able to find. But I'm really excited.
It's local food, right?
Yeah.
Simon.
Yeah, Simon. See, my pronunciation's gotten so much worse since I left.
Simon, like
poke got famous. Poke's famous now. There's a few poke places by me that opened up. That's kind of like trendy now, is to get poke, which is weird because there's no ocean by us. But I'm really excited because just before COVID started, there's a Hawaiian restaurant called Ono Grinds that opened up in Minneapolis. So they're only doing takeout now, but once COVID's over, they have a full restaurant. But we did takeout once, and we got shoyu chicken and some salmon and just mac salad. It was so good. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah. Was it authentic? Was it like Hawaii benedicts?
I mean, better than anything else I've had in Minnesota. Yeah.
Well,
I was able to talk, and they said one of the grandmother is from Hawaii. Like a couple met, and then they were using grandma's recipes who was from Hawaii. So that's why.
Ellie and Kuleana, do you have any questions for Mr. Seraphine about his trip here? I mean, salmon, that's kind of interesting. Like, how often do you girls eat salmon? I mean, kind of like at least a couple times a month.
I ate it today.
I'm so jealous.
Every day.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I just can't. Every once in a while, you'll see like kalua pork or gulbi or whatever, but I never see salmon anywhere, so I miss it.
Gotta send you some salmon.
Yeah, definitely.
Kuleana, do you have any question for Mr. Seraphine?
For when he came.
The weather. Oh wait, sorry. Did you say Allie or Kuleana?
No, Kuleana.
Is the weather like? Does it get really hot some times of the month and then it just gets really cold oddly? Is it like kind of on and off?
That is a good question. So I remember one thing, people on Maui were surprised when I told them that we have air conditioners in Minnesota. And they're like, why do you have air conditioners? Like they just thought it was, snowing all the time. So it doesn't change drastically like that, but in July and August, it gets really hot and humid. So then it gets really hot and humid. But then I was saying it's kind of a surprise from like October until April. You just never know, like it might be -10 and it might be 50. So it doesn't change like in a day, but in a week, it like one day might be 10 degrees out and it might be like 60 degrees out 3 days later and melt all the snow that falls. So yeah, so that's a good question.
Ellie, you have a question?
If you came to Maui again, where would you like want to go, again?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, where would you suggest like someone from the
question.
like go over here?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. So I have had lots of people who have visited and things like, since I left. A lot of people, when they come, they always know to go to Lahaina and Kihei. And Lahaina and Kihei are great, but there's other great spots. So one thing that I learned, like living up in Pukalani and Kuleana, it sounds like you might be from that area. I never knew, and something that surprised me about Maui, I never associated with like ranches and farms and all of the things up there, like with cattle. So I definitely tell people to do Haleakala and go up to that area just to experience like upcountry a little bit. Just because a lot of people will miss it. They'll come to Maui and they'll only stay in Kihei or Lahaina, and some never leave their resort. So I tell them you at least have to go to upcountry to see it, just because I think a lot of people don't understand that kind of exists, that part of Maui exists. And then other obvious things, like I'd really love to do the road to Hana again and see like the black sand beaches and stuff like that. But that's one of my big things, is just tell people the areas by the resorts are great, but you have to go to like Wailuku. I'm trying to think, what is the area where we did, you weren't on the 8th grade team, like where John Svensson lived.
Is Wailuku or EL?
Yeah, like just that area, and where there's that park there, like people don't know about it. That a lot of people, they just never leave. Yeah, they just never leave the resort. So I tell them, they'll tell me, do I have to rent a car? I'm like, yeah, you have to rent a car. You'll have a good time, but you'll get to see more things. And in those areas, I love Turtle Town. That's because I love the turtles. So I always tell people, yeah, you have to go drive and check that out too. And Big Beach Park is great. Yeah.
Yes. So I guess to finish off, what was your how has your idea of Maui changed since you left and you got home and you got to think about it?
It did change. It was different in some ways. Like I said, I thought the entire island was just one big beach. That was part of it. And I think that's like a misconception that a lot of people have. But another thing, I mentioned the language, and I was so grateful I got to take the language classes there. Actually, I had an opportunity to live in South Korea as a teacher too for a little bit. And I just was surprised that I knew going there that there's different languages, and it surprised me going to Maui how there is still a big language difference, you know, with all of the slang words that come up there. One of my favorite things was at lunch, we would talk, sorry, there's a student outside the door. They would teach me all the words that I did, you know, pono and pao. My favorite was I didn't know what choke meant. So I was just surprised that
choke.
Like, yeah, for some reason, that's what I always tell people when I tell them about this. When I didn't understand Hawaiian words, I was like, what does choke mean? And they're like, it means this. I was like, oh.
I asked my mom yesterday if we ever went, or like if we ever like moved to the mainland or ever lived there before. And I asked her, Mom, do you think if we moved to the mainland, do you think they would understand our pidgin? Like, no, you just gotta speak proper English. I was like, what? That's so hard. Like,
you get used to it. Yeah. I mean, I think it's fine to use, if you're writing your essay to get into college, use proper English. But once you get to know your friends, then it's fun to teach each other different words and, you know, where you come from and things like that.
Yeah, like mostly when you're around friends and stuff, like you talk like pidgin and stuff, because like that's just how we're raised and stuff, like from our parents and all that.
Yeah.
So Mr. Seraphine, you got to use the word pao when the students go, ask them, you pao?
Yeah, exactly.
Spread the pigeon.
I did it once or twice when I first came back, just because I said it so often that I would still say pao every once. That was one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just the difference. But yeah, overall, you know, the aloha thing, I definitely can see that. That's true. Something that I like there, where I'm from, there's different groups of people, but they're a little bit more separated. And I felt, and that's just part of the language thing, is how the pidgin, all of these different things have kind of like blended together to make like a welcoming thing. And just, you know, the cultures are a little bit more of a melting pot than what I would say where I'm from, where all these people have come together. That I think when some people think of Hawaii, they only think of one thing. They only think, oh, it's only beach and hula and whales or something. But really, it's so much more of that. And it's a bunch of people came to these islands to make, you know, a special, and that's what makes it, part of what makes it special is all the people who came there. And that was something I didn't think about before I came.
Well, I think we got to get you on another time in the future, and we'll talk pidgin to you.
Okay, yeah, I miss learning the words. Yeah,
you're hearing pidgin.
Okay.
All right. You know, as I say, as we're getting closer to Christmas, we talk about you know, different Christmas stuff. Can you explain a Christmas tradition in Minnesota that, you know, kind of can bring some Minnesota here?
Yeah, sure. So it's a different one. So my family was Catholic, and we celebrated something called St. Nicholas Day. And it came from like Norway and Denmark. And what you do when we were kids, and we still do it, on December 7th, so last Sunday, you write out your list, you know, what you want for Christmas from Santa, whoever, whatever you want for Christmas, you write it out. And then you roll it up into a shoe and you put it into your shoe. And then that night, St. Nicholas comes and he takes your list, and then he leaves like something small, like a present, or for us, we would get a little bit of candy and then a Christmas ornament for the tree. And then hopefully, if, you know, everything went well, you would get some of the things that were on your list that year too. I was a kid growing up, that was like the beginning of Christmas, because you did that, and that meant Christmas was starting. That was when Christmas.
I see. And the presents, the little gifts were back in the shoe.
Yep.
Oh, interesting. Speaking of shoe, do you wear shoes in the house?
This is a great question that lots of people ask. No, we never do. My mom would have hit me if I tried wearing shoes inside the house. Yeah.
I mean, I wear shoes in the house. I get lickings.
So exactly. Same with us. Like, especially where I'm from, so much of the year it's like muddy and cold. We would, you know, be dragging snow and mud. So maybe some other warmer states do it, but not in Minnesota. I think it's pretty uncommon.
Yeah. Ellie and Kuleana, you guys don't wear shoes in the house, huh?
If I did,
what would happen if you wore shoes in the house?
That's really big.
Lickings.
Same with us. Yeah, same with us.
That's a local term, Mr. Seraphine. You get lickings.
Yep. Lickings I learned. That was a good one. Lickings I learned. Bringing back memories. Yeah.
Yeah, you lick. Oh boy, so fun. Okay, interesting. You know, since we got you on here, and since we're so close to lunch, or actually after lunch, but we got Kuleana. Kuleana's the food expert. But we're gonna kind of we're gonna do a food game. I know it's Christmas, And we'll listen to some Christmas music here, but we're gonna do a food game. But this time we're gonna do this. I'm gonna test you, and the students will help you if you cannot guess it. Okay, it's a food game. And like I said, Kuleana, she's like, you should know most of this, but if you can't, if you get stuck, Kuleana and Ali will help you. Okay, so here we go. Let me share my screen. Local foods in Hawaii. Here we go. All right. So if you, once again, if you need help, then the girls will help you. Just ask them for help, and they'll help you.
Okay.
All right. So first things first. Okay. What is that?
Spam musubi. Right?
Is that, girls, is that correct? Spam musubi. There you go.
Spam's from Minnesota.
Spam's from Minnesota. Look, there's the regular and there's the shoyu one.
All right.
Shoyu and sugar. That's good. Okay. What is that?
Laulau?
Is he correct, girls? Yes, that's Laulau. All right, 2 for 2. Bad.
All right.
What is that?
Oh, what is the right name for it? I know it's fried rice, but I don't think that, that's like a version of that.
No, you're correct. You're correct.
Oh, it's just fried rice. Oh, okay. I wanted to call it the Korean name. Okay, good.
And I was thinking of, there's all different types of fried rice, right? I mean,
I was thinking char siu.
That's what
yep. Char siu was what I was trying to think of. Okay.
Spam fried rice. There's all kinds of fried rice. But,
those all look good.
Fried rice is, yeah, they look good. Okay. Okay, what is that?
Chicken katsu.
Oh my goodness. This is
Seraphine,
like, expert.
This is just making me hungry now, though.
Okay, what is that?
Ooh. Is it Loco Moco from like a weird angle? Or go?
Nope.
No, it's not Loco Moco?
Nope.
Galbi?
Nope.
I might be stumped on this one.
It starts with a T.
It starts with a T.
Yes.
Oh, I feel like can I get any help?
Teriyaki.
Starts with a teriyaki. It's teriyaki.
Oh, teriyaki. Beef. Okay. Oh, yeah. Beef teriyaki. Okay.
Teriyaki
for sure.
Beef?
Yeah.
Speaking of beef, you know what that means? You like beef?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Huh?
Look, when locals say, "Oh, you like beef," what does that mean?
Oh, geez. In America, that would mean like, do you want to, or like, not in Minnesota, that'd be like, do you want to fight or do you have fight? I don't know.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay, similar. Okay, like yeah, like do you have beef? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Or drama? Yeah. Do you like drama? Okay.
Right. Okay. All right. What is that?
This is the one. That's what I thought it was from a different. This is Loco Moco.
Loco Moco, and the eggs give it away, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. I wanted to tell you though. So our school cafeteria, like once every 6 months, they serve Loco Moco as a special, and they make a lot of good things. But I don't know what they do to their Loco Moco because it doesn't taste very good. They just. I think they just found it on a website, so it's not like it tastes in Maui. I had it once, and it was very disappointing. I don't know why. No.
Kuleana and Ellie, do you guys like Loco Moco? Do you guys know how to make it? If you have to? No?
Well, I know it's what is it? The patty, and then gravy, and then
the rice and the egg. Yeah.
And then what's the stuff? The mac salads.
Yes, mac salad. Gotta have the mac salad on the side.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's something with the gravy that they just, I don't know. It doesn't taste right here.
Yeah. I feel like I had different kind of Loco Mocos before, and like I feel like it's just like the gravy that tops it off, Or
yeah, I think you might be right.
Just a plain patty.
The gravy, you're right, Addie. The gravy makes a difference, all right? Okay, Mr. Seraphine, what is that?
Oh, I know this because I like it. What is the name of it though? Oh, it's so sweet. It's
Your girls
good.
can help you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can taste it in my mouth, but I can't think of the name of it.
Allie, you
So
wanna go?
what is this? You guys want to help him?
Haupia.
It's
Oh.
Haupia.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
Haupia?
Yeah. I almost messaged you before this because I was trying to think of the things I liked. And I remember when we would have this on Fridays when they did, I always had some kind of Hawaiian option and I missed it.
Yes, on Fridays.
The last day of school before we went into lockdown.
Oh.
I remember. It's like
Yeah,
pretty sad.
Haupia. Always get an extra piece of this.
I have also not
Hey,
had
what is that?
This is Simon. Or char siu.
Oh.
Char siu.
Oh, nope.
No, I'm blanking it. What am I doing?
It's FN. Two words. FN. Kuleana knows. I see her smiling already.
FN.
FN.
I'm not sure.
Okay, Kuleana, what is it?
Chow fun.
Oh, geez, of
no.
course.
Wait,
No,
is
yeah.
that- what is it? Chow mein.
Nope. Ooh, it's kind of a chow mein, but it's called, we usually call it just fried noodles.
Oh, fried noodle. Okay.
Yeah, fried noodles. You ever heard that?
Wait, what?
Fried noodles.
No one calls it fried noodles. I've
What's
never
that
heard anyone say fried noodles before.
Oh, fried noodles. You go to Zippy's
either.
and say, go Zippy's and say, oh, I like fried noodles. There's your fried noodles. All right. Okay, maybe that was you give me a mulligan for that one.
Okay.
All right, what is that?
Okay.
Oh no.
No? It's just the dip thing then?
L starts with an L.
No.
It's a LS. You have it in your Hawaiian plate, a little cup.
Yeah. Geez, I'm bad.
Okay, anyone want to help?
I did good with the first one.
Allie can go.
Lomi. Wait, what is it? I forget.
Lomi, yes. Lomi,
Yeah.
Lomi salmon. Lomi
I
salmon.
just had that last
Yes.
night.
Okay, I should have known that one. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, yes. Lomi
Yeah.
salmon. Lomi salmon. There you go. All right,
I should know that.
step it up here. What is that? Look at the texture. Look at the.
Yeah,
It starts with a T. 2 words. TP.
TP.
Yep. And it's not toilet paper.
I should have studied my foods again before I came here.
Okay. It's from the ocean.
Right. I know it's fish. That's what I'm trying to figure. Or it's seafood. Tilapia.
Kuleana, Ellie, can I help him?
Yeah.
Taco poke.
There you go. Taco
Oh,
poke.
okay. I figured it was a kind of poke. That's what threw me off. I just wanted to say poke. So T threw me off. Okay.
Yeah. Did you have some of this? This octopus?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have some of this?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Octopus.
It's like really
Did-
chewy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't like that. It's not my favorite.
Do people in Minnesota eat octopus? Probably not.
No, so I never had it until I moved to Hawaii and some of the other places I'd been. So yeah, taco poke, no. Even that's one of the
Yeah.
things that's missing on the menu we have here. I think it's just hard to get fresh octopus for cheap where I live.
Yes.
So
Right.
Mhm.
Especially no beaches around you.
yeah,
All right. Okay. How about that?
I did good with the first few.
Yes.
Let's see.
You know what that is? It starts with an S. 2 words. SL.
SL.
SL. We have it at Kamehameha. We have it.
Yeah. No, I know I've eaten it. I'm trying to remember. SL.
SL. Can you girls help him up?
Any hints?
What is it, Kuleana?
Hints or like the answer?
Oh, the answer.
Ali, do you know it? Because, yeah. You want to say it?
This one, yeah.
SL
Oh, Squid Luau.
Hawaiian plate. Yes, Squid Luau.
Oh, okay. Squid Luau. Okay.
Yes, very good.
Heard
Yeah.
that before. Like
No.
the actual name, like I seen it and I tasted it before, but I
Yeah, I remember us eating it in the cafeteria, but I didn't remember what it was called.
I don't like squid.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into some snacks. Have you ever seen this before? Like a local snack? It's kind of
oh my gosh, and
crunchy.
Yeah, they would have it out sometimes. Like I've had it, but I have no idea what it's called. It's like gingery, kind of.
Oh, I don't know. How is it like? No, kind of crunchy. Kind of.
Yeah, it's definitely crunchy. Yeah, I've had it, but I
Okay.
didn't know it had a name. I just thought it was like
You know what
Hawaiian
it's
chips.
called?
I don't know. Yeah, no,
Okay.
I don't know.
Ali,
You girls want to help him?
Ali.
Some people call it
I'm forgetting this thing.
Oh,
am I forgetting?
mochi crunch.
Yeah.
Mochi crunch. Yeah,
I never would have gotten that.
It's mochi crunch or arare. There you go.
That was something I would send back in those bags. People, like when I
Mochi
came
crunch.
back, I gave it as gifts to people because just something that we don't have here. Was
We
a good
call it
gift.
mochi crunch.
Okay.
Some, Mrs. Nishimitsu calls it arare. I think so.
Uh-huh.
You have different names. Okay, what is that?
Shave ice. I remember that.
There you go. I'm glad
Is
you
it-
didn't call it a snow cone.
No, I
What is
learned
that,
that.
minus, if you call it
One
a
of my
snow
first
cone,
memories
you're
is
minus 10.
Yeah. Is it Uluani's? Is that?
Ululani, yep, there you go.
Yeah. That was me and some of the you weren't there, but some of the teachers. That was one of my first memories. We did some kind of field trip and we stopped there on the way back.
Mm-hmm. Ellie and Kuleana, what is your favorite flavor of shave ice?
I like the cakey rainbow one. It's like
Okay.
all
I like the lihimui and tiger's
Lihimui.
blood. I know it sounds weird, but tiger's
Oh,
blood.
yeah, to put
tiger's
lihimui
blood.
powder on it. Lihimui powder.
And the
What does
mochi.
tiger's blood taste like?
It's kind of like a fruity version of lihimui.
Mm-hmm.
Like lychee.
When I go, I get lychee, watermelon, and probably vanilla. Yeah, but I like the watermelon. Yeah,
That's
shave
good.
ice.
I'd rather get lychee
Okay.
and something.
Oh man. Oh man, I gave it away.
Pineapple? I like that though. That's good.
Oh, give it away. What's wrong with my click? Anyway, you know what this is, right? You saw it already.
Hing pineapple, yeah, that's good.
Li Hing pineapple. You remember Li Hing pineapple, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's a good snack.
Yeah. Okay, what is that?
Like a banana chip or
Ooh, close. Not a banana.
pineapple chip? Coconut chip? I'm not sure. It looks.
Nope.
I know it's another. I knew I eat it, but I don't think I knew what it was. I would
It's
just
a
eat it when
chip.
people. Okay.
Right.
So,
Girls, can you help him? What is
Does it
that?
start with E?
T, yes. That's the T.
Taro chip.
taro? Oh, taro chip.
Taro
Yeah.
chip,
Okay.
yes.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. Of course. Yeah.
Yes, taro chips. And then what is that? Look inside. There's all the different things in there. Starts with a H. We know it's popcorn. It's what kind
Right,
of popcorn? Starts
yeah.
with a H.
And I knew I had this, but I don't think I knew it had a special name for how when it has everything.
And there's
mixed
mochi
in like
crunch
that.
inside there. Mochi
Yeah.
crunch. There's the furikake. Okay.
I kind
What
of
is
thought
it?
it was. I called this mochi crunch. I guess I was wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not mochi crunch. I thought.
Mochi crunch is inside, but what is this?
Yeah, yeah. I think I was confused. That's what I thought this was. Okay.
Local snack.
Do you know it, Ali?
You're talking about the stuff on there. I thought you were talking about the furikake.
Yeah, the whole packet. What is the whole thing called?
Oh,
That's with a
hurricane
H.
popcorn.
Hurricane
Oh,
popcorn.
hurricane popcorn.
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
You
I like when
remember
they
that?
put it on French fries when there's like the hurricane French fries.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it with our quiz, and
Ooh.
hopefully that brought back some memories to you.
Oh, it did. Yeah. Like I said, it's after 5 here, so it's dinner time for me. But
Yeah.
now I'm
Hey,
hungry.
before you go, can you give us a look outside? Is there a window that you
I
can
can
show us
walk
what it
us
looks like?
out. Yeah, we can do that. How do I flip
Yeah,
my camera around here? Is there a way to do that?
because it's, what time is it there now?
Oh, yeah.
It's like 40 hours difference. It's like 5 o'clock.
So here's our light. Oh, I gotta put a mask on. Sorry. Give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, mask. Gotta remember this. Mask law.
That kind of
Can you
looks
see that? Is that the window in the back?
So it's an up high window. I'll walk you to a classroom because I don't think you can see.
Okay.
Here's our library. There's
Uh-huh.
Zach.
Wow.
Yeah, there's Zach.
Hello.
Here we go.
Wow.
There's some students.
is there any student? Oh yeah.
There's some
Yeah,
students.
there's some. Looks like they're engineering.
Hey.
We'll be quiet. We'll poke our head out this window here real quick.
Okay.
So, we're
Wow,
showing
it's
some
5
students
o'clock
from
and it's
Hawaii.
like,
How dark it is right now.
hey. Oh.
Yeah. So, what program are you guys in? Okay, cool. Are we studying for finals? Kind of, sort of. All right, I'll let you get back to it. So yeah, it's really dark here, even though it's 5. We got some Christmas lights.
Wow.
Is that a little bit of a view? I can't tell.
Can you kind of see some trees?
It's so dark, right?
You're right. It
Yeah.
looks like it's like 10 o'clock at night.
It's definitely
Yeah.
only 5. Yeah. It's definitely... All right. Thank you for letting us interrupt your studying. Yeah.
How long
So yeah,
are you in the classroom?
I'm sorry?
How long are you in the classroom for?
Like as a teacher or? Let me see. I taught for 5.5 years before I came to KS, and then I was at KS for 2 years. And then I've been at a college for 4 years.
Oh, so Ellie, you're asking how long he was in the classroom today?
Oh yeah, that's like on average, like how long or like how much hours?
How long
is
do you
it?
stay?
Oh, at my job? Like just how long am I at the school every day? Oh, like 8 hours.
Do you
But
ever
it's
get
not COVID.
daylight?
That's what I mean. It's really sad. If I leave at like 8 in the morning and I leave at 4:30, I might not see the sun for like 4 months. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's something I didn't realize when I lived in Hawaii for 6 months, and then I flew home for Christmas for 10 days. And when I was back for 10 days, I only saw the sun one day for like 2 hours because it was just gray or dark. So enjoy the sunlight. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, thank you
Yeah.
again, Mr. Seraphine, for talking to us today.
Yeah.
You know, it was interesting today. We talked about Kuleana and what it means to all of us as a student, as a family member, and you know, for us as teachers and in our families. We also got to talk to Mr. Seraphine to see if we can bring back a little Maui, a little bit aloha to him. Hopefully, the food and the talk about Maui kind of brought Maui back to you a little. Hope it did.
Definitely.
And so once again, thank you, Mr. Seraphine, for being with us. And thank you, Ali and Kuleana, once again, for being part of the podcast. Till next time, you know, once again, as we get closer to the holidays, we wish everybody happy holidays and Merry Christmas. And we'll see you guys later. Aloha.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.